Welcome to Hope Lies Waiting. I'm Joy. Before I get into my thoughts for today's video, I want to share a little anecdote from overnight. I had actually tried to record this video yesterday, and I messed it up badly. I go to start the editing process and discover I never did a sound check, and so none of the sound had been recorded along with the video. So I was just frustrated. I decided, okay, I will just redo it tomorrow. As I head to bed last night, my friend who passed from cancer decided to focus his attention on me, and he just bombed me with so much love. It was incredible. So now, as I'm recording this, I'm actually in an exceptionally good mood today. So hopefully that is going to overcome my normal stone face that comes from the anxiety that I normally have to deal with. Power of love is truly amazing. I think I'll go ahead and insert that into the topic for my next video. But for now, let's get to what I intend to talk about today. And for this video, I want to be talking about the importance of belief and change in our lives. Belief is the base foundation for everything. We have to believe that things can get better and improve before there's any chance that they will. If we don't believe in it, we can't make it happen. In my particular case, I knew there was something wrong with my life growing up. I looked around me at all these other people, and I'm seeing they're happy. They don't seem to be having the problems I'm having. They don't seem to be having the doubts I'm having. So I asked myself, well, what is the difference between them and me? If they can be happy, why can't I be happy? And of course, as a child, I was ignorant of everything that was going on between the actual effects of the depression combined with the narcissistic abuse from my parents. So I knew that it was possible for me to feel better and to live a happier life, but I didn't believe that it was possible. The doubt in my mind was overwhelming because I did not get the emotional support that every child needs. It was later on, once I started breaking away from the negative influences in my life and starting to focus on the positives and actually making things happen, that I was finally able to believe that, yes, my life can be better and I will make it better. And so it happened. Belief can come in a lot of forms. There are a lot of different factors that will add to it. It's not necessarily spiritual or religious for people, although that can be very important for some. It could be much like it was for me, just a part of logical reasoning that if others can do it, then so can I. But then I have to convince myself that, yes, I can do it and that I will do it. You've got to find things that you believe in that will make your life better and eliminate those negative factors that are making your life less than it could be. And it can be very, very hard. It takes a lot of effort. Sometimes you have to do it just on pure faith before the belief actually kicks in. But it will happen. I guess the main part of a belief system is to believe in yourself. We get surrounded by people telling us so many negative things about ourselves, never supporting us, never encouraging us to explore the possibilities. Many of us get pushed to the point of believing that such happiness that we see in others is just not possible for us, that it's not what we're going to be allowed to have in life. Time to take our power back and believe in ourselves, to say, yes, if we see others have those things, we too will have those things if we want them, or we won't have them if we don't want them. Once you've got your belief system in place, knowing this is what you will have for yourself, that you will make it happen, this is where change comes into play. Things aren't going to automatically become magically better because our fairy godmother shows up and waves her wand and changes our rags into riches. We have to be willing to change the things in our lives that are holding us back from achieving what we want. And again, it's not easy. It takes a lot of effort. But the one thing that frequently we are told by others, that it's up to us, that we have to do it all ourselves, that is not true. It's not to say that we should be relying on others to do it for us, but there's nothing wrong with us seeking help from others and getting what we need and making those changes. That's how it worked for me. I hit that breaking point where I was in the severe pain. I said, I can't go on like this. I have to make a choice. Do I live or do I die? I chose to live. I could look around and see that others were happy with their lives where I hadn't been. And so if they were, I could be too. And it was something that I deserved. I began to believe in myself. And so I started making the changes. And the first change was, instead of cowering hermit mode inside of my home, I reached out for help from others. And yes, they responded. And in my case, the key was I did not turn to family. For all we get told that the family dynamic is supposed to be all for one and one for all. That's not true in every family. There are some families where the support just simply does not exist. And looking for it there is only going to hold us back, if not make things worse, as it made things worse for me. Reach out to others outside of your family. Reach out to friends that you have. Reach out to government resources in your local communities. Reach out to nonprofit organizations in your local community. Reach out to religious organizations if you have a particular religious belief. Find those who will help and support you, but not do it for you. Instead, find those that are willing to do it with you. And it makes a huge difference, because with their support, eventually you will reach that point where you can continue on and do these things yourself without needing that extra support. But without that support in the beginning, it's like trying to walk around on a broken leg without any crutches. It's not going to work out very well. You need those crutches to help support you for a little while until your leg is strong enough to be able to bear the weight again. And it's the same for you as a person. So if you're looking for hope, make certain that hope even exists within your belief system. Examine your belief system. Is it serving you as it should? Perhaps you can't get yourself to believe in things for now, but at least be willing to have the open mind and take the risk that what you truly want is something that is possible for you. And then once you've identified what serves you, what is in your best interest, what needs to be eliminated from your life because it's too negative, be willing to make those changes. Ask others for help. Don't be afraid to take the risk, because it's the risks that allow us to advance the most more often than not. One final thought that I would like to add to this, which I know is going to be very controversial in nature for some of you: don't give in to toxic religious beliefs. A lot of religion has nothing to do with our relationships with God. Instead, it is simply a way for men to insert themselves between God and others. There is no original sin. You are not unworthy. God does not hate you. God understands that we all make mistakes, and it is what is in our hearts that matters. God has unconditional love for us all. But like any parent, God knows that when children have grown and it is time for them to be on their own, sometimes one has to step back and let them make their own mistakes. and learn without the parent interfering. Know that God is always there and that God does love you. Let yourself be surrounded by God's love. And in addition to that, surround yourself with the love of other people who do truly love you and care about you. Ignore the people that are supposedly the trendsetters, the people to look up to, the people that we are supposed to respect because of their position. Look at their deeds in life. Look at how they treat others. Look up to those who love and care about their fellow human beings, not those who have some sort of exalted status that is supposed to make them better than the rest, because they aren't. It's hard to bring hope into our lives when we allow those who have no real interest in helping us enter our lives, when we look to them for guidance and all they're interested in doing is tearing us down. None of us need to be dealing with that sort of thing. Decide that you need to move on. Go no contact with those people if you have to. Surround yourself with those that truly care about you. That can be a hard change to make, especially when society has taught us that certain people should just automatically be the people that we rely on because of the nature of our relationship to them through blood or whatever other form. But when we look at what they bring into our lives, a lot of times all they're bringing to us is grief that we don't need. It is very rough making that decision to cut someone out of your life, but it is a change for the better. So that's my basic thoughts on the subjects of belief and change. As I mentioned toward the beginning of my video, I think my next video is going to be about the importance of love in our lives and allowing ourselves to follow love instead of being ruled by fear. Until then, peace, love, and joy to all of you. Take care.